So we'll try to make a Road America guide. All right, Road America. Got ourselves a 208 865. I think the fast people are going to be doing 207s, 206s, someplace in that range. But I'm still happy with the time we got. It's kind of, for me, one of my middle tracks. It's not one of the ones that I'm great at. It's not one of the ones I'm awful at. So somewhere in the middle. We'll go ahead and we'll show you the fast lap here. And then we will go through how we did it. Then we'll come back here and we will give you some final thoughts.
That lap time was 2:10.18. Sector 3 times okay. Sector 1 time is good. That last lap was a 2:08.86. Sector 3 is a tenth off your best.
All right, Road America Porsche Cup fixed. Got ourselves a 208 865. Let's go through how we did it. This is all flat out for the straightaway. End up braking a little bit after the 4 cones before the 3. You can brake at the 3, but I find it just a little less efficient, I guess. So just right after the 4, get on the brakes, and then we're gonna start lifting off the brakes slowly. Do our trail brake thing. Come through this corner here. Then we're gonna get back on the gas a little bit as we're exiting. Then as we straighten out the wheel, we're gonna get the rest of the way. This was me pushing pretty much as hard as I can for most of this lap. All right, so now we're full throttle. Next brake is gonna be at the little bit before the 2 marker here, not quite at it. It's hard to see, so we're gonna use we've got these white lines here at each of these brake markers, and we're gonna use a little bit before the second one. It's a little hard to see from here, but we're gonna brake a little bit before it. You can see the white line right here. So yeah, we're braking, gonna hit our peak right there, and then we're gonna start easing off as we start our turn in. Just hold a little bit of brake pressure so we get those front tires dug in, and then we're gonna start getting back on the gas. We come out, And then as we straighten out the wheel, the rest of the throttle. Now, we're going to use this little part of the track here as we exit. Probably could have used a little bit more. And then full throttle the rest of the way through this. Just keep it on the right hand side here. And then my braking point is between the 3 and the start of this gravel on the right hand side. So a little bit after this gravel, we're gonna start hitting the brakes, kind of peak it up at the 3 there, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna get our right tires kind of a little bit over here, and then we're gonna start our turn in. Just trying to get as much track as we can. And then just easing off the brakes, keeping that little bit of brake pressure on as we're turning through here. And then as we hit the apex, we're going to bring the gas back. And then again, as we straighten out the wheel, the rest of the throttle. And we probably could have used... Oh, no, we used all of it. Remembering the laps a little differently each time. And then, all right, so our next braking point is going to be as we're going uphill, so we don't have to use quite as much braking force, right about when our windshield meets these red signs up here. Our windshield wiper. It's like right in here. So right about here. And we're just going to get down to second as we come through here. Easing off. We turn in. And just ease on the throttle. Really easy on some of these corners to kick the tail out a little too hard. And we're gonna fit the rest of the throttle as we hit the rest of the straightening out of the wheel. And then just full throttle through here. And we're gonna have to lift here as we come through. We're just gonna lift a little bit. About 30% left. And ease back on the throttle as we kind of hit the apex there. And then the rest of the throttle. That's about as much track as you can use. And then our next braking point is going to be a little bit before the 3 here. Or I'm sorry, a little bit after the 3 here. And we've got these white lines on the road again to tell us kind of where they are. So we're going to go peak right after the 3. And we're going to try and get our right wheels up here. I don't think I actually get that good on there this time through, but that's what we were trying to do. Then we're going to ease off on the brakes as we come through. And we're going to ease back on the throttle as we're coming out. The rest of the throttle. And then the carousel is next, and I am not good at this part. This is one of the parts where I think I'm struggling the most. I'm losing the most time that I do. The way I take it is get into 4th here and ease off the throttle. And we've kind of slowed down a bit. And I downshifted. Using the engine braking to kind of slow the car a bit. Then we're gonna keep turning in. There's some banking on this part of the track and not on this, so we're trying to keep our right hand tires in that. We're coming back on the throttle. Kind of fluctuating the throttle as the grip lets us. And we're kind of right at the red line here. And we upshift to 4th as we're coming out. Trying to pick up that speed. And we're going to track all the way over to this curb on the left-hand side here. And the kink here, I'm not also great at. So we're just gonna go fast as we can and lift a little bit, turn it in, and then come back over here, and then upshift as we're on the exit. I think that was one of the better runs I had through there, but that's one of the parts that I'm really struggling with myself. And then our next braking point is going to be pretty much right where the road straightens out here. So we can get on the brakes. And we're just getting down, slowing down, and then we're going to slowly turn in as we're coming through Canada corner here. Just a little bit of brake pressure, keep those tires turned in, and then we're going to get on the gas. Full throttle. And try and use as much of this track as we dare. We'll need to get over to the right hand side again. Then it is full throttle through this next little part here. And then we're gonna have to lift as we come up over here. Just a little lift. And then back on the throttle as we come out. And then we're gonna have to brake kind of. In some cars I use where the track changes color. I do a little bit earlier here with this car. And we're just getting down, easing off on the brakes so that we keep our front wheels dug in and turning. And we're gonna start bringing the throttle back. Maybe a little early here, having to adjust the throttle a little bit to keep the grip. And then rest of the throttle full throttle as we straightened out the wheel. And then it is full throttle the rest of the way down the straightaway here. There we go, 208, 865. I am happy with the 208, 865. The carousel and the kink were real rough for me on this one. I don't know that that's the area that I usually have trouble with. Maybe the carousel a little bit, but usually the kink doesn't cause me that much problems. I'm usually able to carry the speed through there pretty well. It's just the timing was maybe a little rough for me on this one, but I'm happy with it. I've had good races here in the past. I've had rough races here in the past, so it'll be interesting to kind of see how we go. With all the practice I did have going into like turn 3 or 4, and then after the first big straightaway, some problems like just gripping up the wrong tires and causing a spin. So hopefully I'll be able to avoid that, and maybe we'll be backing off a little bit just to kind of see how being a little bit safer or something like that. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. And if you want to watch along when we do our races live, head on over to twitch.tv/thepiltdownman and leave a follow there. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. I understand. And if you think I earned it, the subscribe button helps a lot too. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.